Let's see if this one goes a little better.
How about now?
I know it takes a minute on the one. We're live on YouTube. Let's see if we're over here on Pit Chatter now. Yep, we're live now.
Oh, yeah, now it's working.
There we go.
We live, baby. We live.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work that first time.
You probably messed up.
This not the greatest. I mean, if we're being honest, I mean, if there's something to be messed up, I mean, I'm probably the guy that messed it up. So, all right. I got all kinds of crazy notifications going on my phone here.
Oh, great.
All right, let me make sure we're good. All right, good. All right, Blake
Here we
Melvin
go with
thinks
your
he's in
internet.
P1, but Kent Grizzly made it. He made it to the previous live. Are you serious?
Yeah, you was real delayed.
Lord Jesus.
Oh, it's fine now.
So are you. You're like in slow motion. Oh, there we go. All right. It was probably my wife. You know, she's terrible about messing the internet
taking
up
up all
time
the
we go live.
bandwidth.
So yeah, that's it. All right, we're here. We're live. Pit Chatter Podcast 83. I forgot to upload 82 last week on the podcast platform. I don't know what happened to me there.
One job.
Got Blake Melvin coming in. He's probably correct. He said this one's going to be a crap show.
Probably. Aren't
probably
they
right.
all?
I mean, probably. Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably. Did we talk about Lonesome Pines paving last week?
Yes, we did.
Did you see the photo from the whole thing being paved this week?
No, I did not. Was it on their Facebook?
I mean, this is not really the proper way to show it, but I mean, it looks a lot better this week. I mean, I probably could have put that up on the screen there, but
Yeah.
You
could.
I'm not real good at that. Not real good at that. Let me see if I can add it here. It would be nice if we'd figure out how to use this live thing. These people watching this, I don't know why they watch because we don't have any clue what we're doing.
Where are you even seeing that?
I don't know. Somebody shared it on Facebook today, so.
Oh, that'd probably be why.
Yeah, I don't really know. Let me see if I can pull it up on here. Send it to myself here. Jump over in my email here.
Jump in the email. That's how I redneck save stuff. I email it to myself so I don't ever lose it.
I do the same thing. It's terrible that you do that too. I mean, I'm gonna change the way I do things now.
What's funny is that's the only time I send an email, so I can still go through my email and see like my old high school papers and stuff. Pretty good. That was pretty smart.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I need a beer. I need to spice this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to add it to the screen. The screen's locking up. Thinking that's a bad
tiny
idea.
Yeah, it's not really working.
Oh, hold on. No, it's not going too good.
Hey, guys.
Let's see if I add this image. Okay. I mean, we might as well try it. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen here?
Well, right now we're two little boys in the corner.
I don't know what it looks like to
Uploading
other
and
people.
showing the uploading on the screen.
That's awesome. All right, do you see it now?
Real. Yeah. Makes me sick.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader racing.
Oh my God.
Single file.
You cry about everything.
I like old piece of junk. Oh, here you done did it again.
Oh my God.
Every time, I don't know how you fix it.
Let me go fix that. The bad thing is I don't know how I fixed it last time, so we're gonna be a minute. It's got to be the worst. It's got to be the worst. Podcast.
One day we got
history right here.
Producer.
Yeah. All right, I fixed it. But now I don't have the thing in here. Hold on. Let me go add. There we go. This is legendary podcasting right here. Okay. What happened to all my other stuff that was on here? I ruined that too. Lord of mercy.
Right. Over ain't too many people on yet.
All right. It's not. People have grown
Should we
tired
do the intro now?
Watching our ignorance here.
7 minutes in.
Yeah, we probably should. We probably should. All right, we'll do that. All right. It's episode 83 of the Pit Chatter Podcast. And as always, we're presented by Yoder's Custom Meat Pricing. And you know what they say, Noah?
We have the meat.
I think you've got the wrong one there.
Either way, he's got meat. And you can't beat it.
I accused my wife of messing up the internet. She said she ain't doing nothing but watching on the internet, but watching this dumpster fire. And that's probably what did it.
Probably.
You need to go on your cell phone, and, watch it from there.
Yeah, you're killing our bandwidth, killing the.
Apparently, WJ thinks great minds apparently think alike was, emailing everything to ourselves, but I don't think that's great minds.
Hey, it works. That was the cloud before the cloud was a thing.
Let's see. Caleb Hall said, "Congrats on your engagement, Noah." And yes, congratulations on her being crazy enough to say yes.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong with her, but I'm gonna roll with it.
I don't know what's wrong with her either. I mean,
Timmy ain't
clearly,
happy, but whatever.
Well, it happens. All right, you got Brady Olmstead. Man, I done ordered a hoodie 2 weeks ago. Where's it at? Well, this is the easy part right here. It tells you on the screen when you go to order that it takes 10 to 14 business days because it is printed custom. So it is on its way not very long from now. And I appreciate your the screen, everything we do. So we don't print anything in advance except for stuff we sell at the tracks. And it will be it goes out in 10 to 14 business days. Sometimes we don't have particular garments that you ordered. Sometimes we don't have the particular print that you ordered. Sometimes, sometimes they may be brand new and just went up. And in that case, whatever. Chris Cannon said he likes your name, even though it's not on the screen at the moment. But I think it said Bob Caraway, and I'm not really sure what that means.
Well, I wanted to throw Caraway in there somehow, and I was trying to think fast, and I was eating McDonald's, so I just said Bob Caraway.
Yeah. Kimberly responding to Brady, letting him know that it was done today and will be in the mail tomorrow. See, she knows things that I don't know. So there you go. There's your answer.
No, see, that's mistake number one.
I just wish people would read on the screen. Well, no, I just wish people would read, on the screen when they make an order, because I mean it tells you. That's one of the things that I've made sure to put on there, because I know that's going to be a question, but it's very easy to figure that out. And usually when I answer people, they go, "Oh, I didn't see that." So I don't know. I need to make it bigger, brighter, something. Blake Melvin chiming in. He wants to know, did we talk with old Fulp again? Funny. I was reading through my text messages last night, and at some point during the year, Fulp, because I just saved his name in there the other day, but I didn't have his number saved, but he had sent me a text message earlier in the year that I responded to and just gave a thumbs up to, and that was it. And he never responded back to me. And well, but no, we haven't talked this week. Bubba Miller, he's been busy, so we ain't had time.
Yeah, seems like it.
John Campbell said hello, Beavis and Butthead. So I'm not sure which one's which here. Brady Olmstead, he's coming in strong. He said, "Whose double chin is older?" Well, I'm older, so I'm thinking mine is.
I didn't get fat.
I'm just guessing.
Like,
See,
fat
listen, Noah.
2 years.
Well, listen, a funny story. Noah was not that fat when I met him a few years ago. He hit the wall and had an injury cause him to become fat.
That's a true story. Y'all don't believe me, but I swear to God, that was straight from the doctor.
Oh my God.
Moderate to severe head trauma.
Yeah, you got moderate to severe stomach trauma. Okay. I think it's stomach trauma. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that too.
Robbie Youngster said, how many business days? About the same it takes me to reply to you.
As many as it takes.
Jimmy Ray in here, he said Speedway for the first time since 1996 Saturday. Back to dirt this Saturday in Boone. Yeah, I seen that Boone has a race this week. I didn't even know they were racing this weekend. I just seen that earlier. I don't know who this Brady character is, but he's hilarious. He come in, top 3 most tragic stories of all time. Talking about your injury and getting
it really is.
So
it's a we can do.
Blake Melvin wants to know, how many business days would it take to get some special Snatch Whirly shirts? Honestly, we should probably be selling those. I mean, if you would order one, I mean, I would probably sell it. I mean, all we need is one order, and that'd be great. So, I mean, we've got some shirts of the Pit Chatter podcast that has 0 orders. So, Well, it didn't take long. Mike Arrington's wanting us to get right to the point, and that was going to be one of our topics here. I forgot my topics over here, but good old Caraway Speedway, white flag, checkered flag, green, white, checkered. Kyle Dudley, I believe, said we run the race, we finish the race, and then we run some more for funsies. So yeah. What is my opinion of what happened? So first of all, I guess I would have to explain what happened, because I am 100% sure that a lot of people are confused on what happened at Caraway. I was talking to Noah about it, and I thought like he knew like a little bit, and he's like, "No, I don't understand what happened."
I was confused as hell.
I'm going to do my best, because I was not there. I'll do my best to tell you what happened, and that is, they had a race. It was supposed to go 125 laps, and I don't know exactly how many laps it went, but on the white flag, they had a caution, and it says in their rules, so Boo Boo Dalton, who owned the car that won twice and actually didn't win, posted a screenshot of the rule, and it said, we will have one attempt at a green, white, checkered, and then after that, so period, and then after that, it said, whatever after the white flag, that the next flag ends the race. Well, it doesn't say in the event of a green, white, checkered, the next flag ends the race. That's not what it says. Now, they do, those 2 sentences are side by side and together as a paragraph, I guess. But that's not how it's written. even though that is what was intended. And that was intended to be a green, white, checkered overtime. So, Boo Boo put out a video talking about it and explaining, their side. And then Darren Hackett put out a video today from Caraway Speedway and very smartly, turned off the comments to said video. But he basically explained that, when the white flag came out, they threw a caution. And, their intention was, if it was a green, white, checkered overtime finish, that the white flag, of that green, white, checkered would be the next flag would end the race. And so they put the white flag came out, they racked them up, they went for green, white, checkered. So Mason Walters won the first time, and then they racked him up again and had another green, white, checkered finish, and Michael Bumgarner won the race. And actually took the checkered flag, but I guess I don't know how race directing is done there, so I'm kind of confused on a little bit of that. They were, Darren went to the tower, and they said, "Oh, well, the caution came out." Well, he didn't realize that the checkered flag had been waving, at that point to the '97 car of Bumgarner, and so at that point they decided to run another green, white, checkered, which would have been the overtime green, white, checkered, because that first one was not overtime because it actually scoring reverts back a lap because not all the cars, or not the majority of the cars, had crossed the line, which that is a normal deal, normal procedure. And so they re-rack them again, and Mason Walters wins for, well, in their eyes, the second time. And Lord Jesus, that was a good comment. I mean, she normally does not have good comments, but that was a good one.
Even
my wife said
the
best finish 2 out of 3, but not in this case. The 2 out of 3, you had to be one of them. You only could win on one of them, and one. So they went back to, they reviewed it afterwards. They were intact. Then they went back and reviewed the race, and gave the win to the guy who was leading when the checkered flag fell. Well, the first time, for the first few cars before they re-racked them again and went again. I don't even know if I did a good job of explaining that because it's very convoluted.
It'd be hard to explain that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Once you run that third time, just commit to what you've done.
I'll say this. They weren't at Franklin County, but that was the most Franklin County thing that could ever happen at the end of a race. Franklin County, Weber Valley, whatever. Lord mercy.
If it happened in Franklin County, it would have been national headlines by now. Everybody, of course, there they go.
You're not wrong. Everything there is kind of, blown up and blown out of proportion. So Michael Bumgarner, I guess, got the money. Boo Boo's team got second place money, which I think was $3,000. So that was a big change from thinking you got it won twice to not winning, being in Tech 4, winning, being in victory lane, having your photos taken. I mean, what a mess. Jimmy Ray says, I go to Caraway all the time. Never seen that before. Love that track. Man, I love Caraway. I think that Darren Hackett's done a great job over the last couple of years trying to bring that place back. I think that this, unfortunately, is, a dark shadow of a moment. But, in the grand scheme of things, they're going to run the North-South shootout here in a couple of weeks, and nobody's even going to. So many dumb things are going to happen in that race that just naturally happen with racers that nobody's even going to remember that this race happened. So I think
a couple people might remember it.
Well, maybe the people involved.
Mainly the guy that got screwed out the payday, but
I mean, that $7,000 difference in pay probably is going to be remembered and going to sting for a while. So
yeah,
I don't know what would you have done? I mean, you're in their shoes. I've told you how the rules read. When are you finishing it? What's your take?
Well, the first time I definitely would have went back and run a green, white, checkered. We ain't gonna green flag and then end it on the white.
Yeah,
but that's the entertainer. I guess technically the way the rules did read, not the way they interpret it, it should have been over. But
let's be honest. We're in the entertainment business. The racing business is an entertainment business. And I guess maybe they thought it was entertaining to run, a couple more. I'm surprised they ain't still running green, white checkers down there to see who could win.
Yeah, I don't know. But then the second time, see, the first time you explained it, you said they threw the checker, the yellow came out. I thought they hadn't crossed.
Oh no, 6 cars
If
had
you
crossed.
have 6 cars that crossed, it's over. It's over right there.
I mean, I think once the checkered flag is in the hand of the flagman and it's being waved as the leader comes across, the race is over with. But they went back and did it again. So
again, it should have been over the first time. But once you go back and you do it again, you have to commit to what you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think, kind of in a weird way, what if somebody in the middle of the pack totaled their shit on that last one? And then they're like, hey, guys, by the way, none of that counted. You did that for nothing. Have a good day.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, it's Corey Latham, was there. He was there working for a short track scene. He didn't even post anything on short track scene because he was like, man, this is a mess. But he did post some videos, and then he went and posted online, talking about, I don't want to say anything bad, but man, this was the worst crap I ever seen. But I talked to him on the phone, afterwards, and he was like, well, the checkered flag was waving, so they had to go back and give the win to the 97. And I was like, no, they don't have to go back and give the win to the 97 because they ran laps after that. So if you run laps after that, and listen, we got a big 10,000 win race coming up at Ararat in a few weeks. And, I'm hoping my race director doesn't do anything that stupid, but it could happen because stupid things happen in racing sometimes. Things that you don't anticipate and scenarios and the things that can happen in this sport are so different from other sports. And I was going to compare it a second ago to like the NFL. They were going to, have the end of the game and, something happened and, it was a questionable call. And then they went to overtime and, the team won in overtime. But then they said, oh, wait a minute, we're going to go back and review this play that happened in regulation. And now we're going to give the win to that team. Well, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And that shouldn't have happened in this scenario. That
whole thing is kind of universal in sports. In football, baseball, whatever, when there's a close thing like that, they might review it. You go real quick and snap the ball because once you do something else, whatever happened, it don't matter. It's a moot point now. And I think it's the same exact thing. Once you ran it that third time, you can't go back on that. You have to just leave it where it is the third time.
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, at the point of which you ran another green, white checkered, that is the green, white checkered that stands of record. I mean, if they ran 2 more, then at the end of that one, that the last one that they took the victory lane and parked them in the car. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I wish they'd have just went ahead and told them to fire their cars back up and go again. Just those 2 guys that was leading. Just say, all right, we're going to leave everybody else the same. Yeah, this is it. We're going to do it. There ain't no fan left here, but this is the one. Whoever wins this one, don't wreck each other. I don't know. It was a mess. But Jay asking a question there about the checkered flag, which I assume he's already heard. Yeah. Yeah. What a mess. Let's see. My phone is messing up over here like crazy. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what Jay. I mean, I think he's got it out for Lauren Yoder tonight. He said that Lauren isn't there, so you won't have that problem. Man, dang it, Jaden bringing the heat on old Lauren over here. He's been hanging around them Hinchees too much. He's been hanging around the Hinchees too much. The Hinchees. Oh yeah, no, I mean y'all started the cross-eyed tech man and everything else last year. So I mean,
look, it was. Like I'm sorry. It picked my gauge. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God. Kimberly Austin said, "No way, one checkered flag only." Lauren Yoder just chimed in.
Her race direct because that's the worst thing I've ever
heard. It's pretty bad. I mean, it's Lauren Yoder said, "What did I do? I just tuned in." Lauren, apparently, We were talking about the Caraway situation, and Jaden said you won't be at Ararat, so that won't be a problem there. I don't know. I'm not sure. He's not happy with you. I think. I'm not sure.
You're
Not
gonna have
sure
to
what's
mess
going on.
with them. Once everybody clears through tech and everything, once they get to the payout window, you mess with them. Be like, actually, we went ahead and reviewed it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think these dirt
Kevin
people would
Litton
find
is
me.
your winner.
Listen, he might win it straight out. I mean, dude's been working on his car. I mean, he might win it.
That somebody needs to write a book or like do a vlog about the duality of a race car driver. I mean, on
Yeah.
asphalt, I'm sorry, he looked like he can't drive. He ain't ever drove a day in his life. He's good on dirt. I don't know what that.
He's going to take offense to what you're saying right now. For whatever reason, he's going to take offense to this.
He spins out 47 times. He gets last every race on asphalt. And then goes to dirt and acts like he's been doing it for 10 years. I don't get it.
Well, I don't know what happened to him. So, like, his first few dirt races, like, he was, finishing in the top 5 or 6. And then, I mean, his car just fell apart, or he fell apart or something. And he ain't been worth a crap since then. So, I'm not really sure what's going on.
Well, he is driving one of those given speed shot machines. So,
I mean, you make a point there. So, yeah, as far as the Caraway thing goes, man, I don't know how you have a race, finish a race 3 times, 2.5, whatever you want to say, 2 times, and go back to one of the times that you finished before the time that you finished when you took people. And I'm sure I see, I know that Darren, knowing Darren, I feel like he was probably, just as frustrated over how it went and just trying to make it right. And sometimes when you go to try to make it right, you make it wrong. You got to stick with whatever, whatever comes down. Lauren Yoder chiming in. He said, Jaden, have you joined Noah in retirement?
Jaden, tell him the news.
I mean, full retirement here.
It's about time we need to make a press release. Anyway.
Listen, I ain't seen Jaden in a few weeks. I mean, did he hit the wall? Did he start getting fat too?
I hope not. Yeah, I don't know.
Lord have mercy.
The old fat Jesus wouldn't look right.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right, we went over Caraway, and I want to go back. There's a comment back here. Let me go find it. Chris Cannon. Chris Cannon said, "Heck, the 47 modified, which is Jackson Casper, got DQ'd for cam, but they took the car to a motorman, and the cam was right." Well, that's every racer says that. I don't know. I don't know any details of this, but I do know that every racer, when you put them on the scales and they're too light, they go, "What? It weighed right at my house." And they'll go home and they'll take a picture of things, and do a video or whatever. I mean, like the dude got disqualified in street stocks at Dillon a few years ago, and he goes home and goes to his garage and he does a live and, shows everything, it's right here. Well, yeah, no kidding. It's right there, but none of that matters. And I don't know the specifics of this, so I'm not speaking to this. This may be, bad deal. But 9 times out of 10, I mean, this is what happens. So they get disqualified at the track. They go home and they look at the car. Or somebody else looks at the car, and I don't know. It's just not. Damn, Lauren's on you tonight. Yeah, I mean, Lauren Yoder said at least Jaden's hair is decent.
Hey, that's his opinion. He can think what he wants.
Oh my God. Got Jay Hinchee number 77 for the win. Josh Hinchee's driving a number 77 apparently, or Jacob Hinchee.
It'll still be
or Jaden Hinchee, or who knows? Not sure.
Hinchee Motorsports will always sport a 20 or a 22 or an 02.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's ironic that, y'all have, my number, you know.
What's your number?
I mean, race 22. I mean, it's been around
Well,
way longer than Hinchee Motorsports, dog. Just saying.
22 was never, the 20 was the original number. We had to keep it in the same family. So 2202.
I mean, it could have been 02.
22 was the next logical step.
I mean, I guess. Sharon Kirby says she's excited about the 10,000 to win. Can't wait. Yep, me neither. I know you'll get some good shots. So, Cameron Ruggles, the cheatingest guy in racing, he said, "Did you see the Oxford engine drama with Pass?" No, I have not seen that. Not
I
surprising
was
though.
never smart
Pass
enough to
always
go.
has a lot of crazy things happen. Chris Shepard, when will the race schedule be out for the? It's literally on the flyer. Just look at the flyer. I'm telling you, this is like the 10 to 14 business day thing here. Okay?
He hasn't been paying attention. He's been too busy taking his car with spray painting the numbers to car shows.
Oh my God.
So he's a little behind the 8 ball.
And Dale Steele chiming in. He said, "Come to the track scale. I don't care what you weigh in your bathroom." You're 100% right. 100%. Doodle Lang chiming in. He said that 22 was his number before I had it. Actually, it was Tony McGuire's number before you had it. So, and that's where I got it. So let's just give credit where credit's due. And to be honest with you, before Tony McGuire had it, Lynn Carroll had it, which is odd enough. Let's see. Sharon Kirby. This ought to be a good one. What is the update on Franklin? I don't know what you mean. Is there an update on Franklin County? Or is this Franklin Road in Roanoke? I don't know. I want to make sure before I answer or try to attempt to answer this. Maybe Noah has an answer. Do we have an update? Franklin. Yeah, there you go. Franklin and Turtle. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Cameron Ruggles. Cheating got me a national title. If you ain't cheating, you.
At least he admits it.
Yeah,
you got half these dudes out here like, I have never cheated in my life.
Right. Listen, one of my favorite quotes. Hold on, let me tackle this. Both before you were born. No, they were not before I was born. Right around when I was born. I was born in 1982. So they ain't that old. I mean, maybe they are. But yeah, Cameron Ruggles' comment on point because Frank Denny used to always say, because South Boston, they had this wall of fame of cheating in the tech room, like all the stuff was on display and stuff. And he used to say that the difference between cheating and I can't remember exactly how he said it, but basically it was the difference in eating steak and eating at McDonald's on the way home. That was the difference. So you got to do whatever you got to do.
Everybody's cheating. Everybody pretends they aren't. That's just how it goes.
Yep. Chris Shepard, look for the word hot laps. It'll tell you right there. I don't even know what time it is. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. Sharon Kirby. I know you were running a few races for 2026, but for 2026, I don't know. Call Whitey 540-238-955.
Trump International Raceway.
That's literally the only. I mean, literally the only. And here we go. So, Billy Hensley was the original 22. Maybe.
I mean, if we're going back to that, some dude racing on Daytona Beach in 44 was 22. I mean,
listen, Henry Ford might have been the original. Okay, I'm not real sure.
He probably was.
But yeah, I mean, I just think it's ironic that y'all share a number with me. Just find that ironic.
That was it, ironic.
So, we talked about Lonesome Pines paving. We talked about Caraway. Caraway, what a mess. Lord have mercy. And I've been a part of some of that dumb stuff before, and it don't feel good. Don't feel good at all. So.
Well, if you ever need a positive light shed on your racetrack, just hit up Corey Latham. He won't ever say anything bad about your racetrack.
Yes, he will. Just not on Facebook.
No, never.
Chris Shepard, the way I'm reading it, we aren't doing qualifying. Now, I don't know. I haven't determined that yet. But hot laps start at whatever time they do, and that's practice, and that's all you need to know for the moment. I'll figure the rest of it out. Natural Bridge, told you earlier, not on here, but before we went live, they had a little drama at Natural Bridge, a little bit of almost fighting, I would call it, in the late model, the steel block late model class. Logan Robertson, who's just an absolute badass behind the wheel, and Joey Level, who really is too, to be honest with you. They had a little incident. I got to get to them in here in just a second, but they had a little incident track there. Seen some pictures of Logan Robertson being held back, jumping in the car with Joey Level there. I guess they both got disqualified. You got feelings about that. You don't like that they got disqualified for getting a little rowdy, but I mean, that's just part of it.
I'm of the mind of old Bubba Miller. Fighting is a part of this sport. It's going to happen. Don't DQ him. Give him a slap on the wrist. Send him on. It's good for business.
Yeah, I don't think so. Got the legendary Brian Rousey in the comments here. He said, "I'm looking for a NASCAR roller. I heard you got one. Hook me up." Well, I ain't got nothing. Actually, listen, Whitey has one. So 540-238-9955. Call him up.
Is that old
He's got
one
one. Don't call him tonight, though, because he might be. Yeah. Like it's like an old Cup, Super Cup type car. Hell, I think it's got a motor in it and it might run. I'm not real sure.
Like an 87.
So call him up. See what you can get. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but he can hook you up, Brian. Chris Cannon. Corey said, nobody. No better never say anything bad about the stadium. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that.
One day we're going to have have Corey Latham on so I can argue with him all show long.
You know what he told me a couple of weeks ago when I was going to have him on? He said, "Yeah, I knew you was calling about being on that podcast, and I need more than an hour's notice. I need a couple of days to work on it and think about it. What the hell do you need to think about? I mean, hell, I didn't even know if I was going to make it home tonight.
He's got to get all of his arguments together for his dumb takes he has. I mean, I've never talked to the guy, but he says the stupidest shit. Justin Timberlake was the last great Super Bowl halftime show. Get out of here, you dusty old man."
Oh my God. Kimberly said hot lap qualifying for the first. Yeah, but I haven't determined whether that's the first round or second round, or if there is a second round or anything like that. So Chris Cannon said fight on the front stretch and you don't get DQ'd. I mean, that's probably the way it should be. I don't know why his comment didn't show up, but
that's the only thing I hate about it. If somebody gets a fighting in the pits, nobody ever knows.
We tell them every week at Ararat that if you want to fight, find an official. Let's organize a fight. Let's take you out on the front straightaway. Let's let everybody see it. We'll give you your 30 seconds or whenever y'all start to fall to the ground, and go at it. And Bo, Bubba Miller, he decided to add $100 knockout clause, so we ain't got to pay one out yet.
I would love to see two guys pull into the the infield, and while the race is still green, get out the car and start throwing hands.
Brian Rousey, man, Brian, you got all the details, buddy. I did not know that. I was not at Natural Bridge, and I'm not in like the Natural Bridge circles apparently, so I don't get all the information. But Brian Rousey said, "Man, talk about it all. He took the steering wheel, beat the air filter, then Bryce Vire, came with a knife, cut his tires. Tell the story. Quit sugarcoating stuff." Listen, I don't sugarcoat anything, but I appreciate the information there. Oh yeah, listen, did you see the? I'm gonna call it stock 4 drama, but like Seha type cars drama at the Horsepower Park. Jimmy Ray chiming in about that. Did you see that?
I have never heard of Horsepower Park.
It's old Antioch Speedway. They had a race. It was like maybe the only one they've had all year. They do mostly side by sides and some other stuff down there now. But they had a little drama. Kevin Sam, who both of his boys they're entered in the 10K, and James Fowler, who is also entered in the 10K at Ararat. So we could see the rematch here. I'm not real sure. But they I don't know what happened on the track. I don't know if anybody knows what happened on the track, but he came over. Kevin Sam came over, and some of his people, I'm guessing, came over, tried to get to James Fowler while he was on the scales. And he took off and drove off, and the announcers like, hook him, trying to get the record to hook to him. I'm like, what? Dude's fighting for his life in here, man. What the hell are you talking about? I mean, I don't know what the hell was going on there. But then they went over and got into a fight. And, they ran up in there, and it was wild for sure. For sure. Yeah, but you know how front wheel drive drama is. Brian Rousey said, "Let them fight. Look at Bowman Gray. 20,000 people looking for it. That's what makes the madhouse." I mean, I agree with you 100%.
All right, I wouldn't go that far. Bowman Gray's they ain't even about racing no more.
I don't know who Chris Cannon's talking about. I'm thinking he's talking about Corey. Hell, you get him on the show and it'll be worse than episode 69.
I'm just going to sit
here's
there
a big suggestion. Listen, we're going to have Brian Rousey on. So Brian Nelson says, need to get Brian Rousey on the show. We're going to have him on the show. Okay. Probably should have this week, but I didn't know if I was going to make it back home to even be here to do that. But definitely want to get Brian Rousey on the show. The dude, he's got a lot of good opinions. And I mean, I want to talk to him about his court battle and his $50 fine and everything else. I don't know if you saw that this week or not. No. But Lord,
hey, Brian is like our area's Joe Exotic out there fighting for his freedom.
Oh my God! Brian said, what's he talking? I didn't show up. What's he talking? My stuff's all messed up over here. What's he talking about? Not about racing. Best racing ever at Bowman Gray. 20,000 people cheering. I mean, I'm not.
No, it's not. Ask one person and it'd be like, "How was the race at Bowman Gray?" You've never heard them say, "Oh man, the modifieds they were side by side." They were like, "No, Zach Staley went and drop kicked some lady's hood." They don't talk it. It's not about the racing there. Nobody gives a shit about the racing. They want to see a fight, which is cool. It's its own thing, but
yeah, it is. It is definitely its own thing. Cotton Rigney said he needs a Crown Vic by the weekend, and Jimmy Mullen, I don't know what's going on with these Crown Vics, but Jimmy Mullen said he needs a roll cage for a Crown Vic. So apparently they're all getting into Crown Vics. Jimmy Ray jumping back in. He said
to get more big car guys in the Crown Vics.
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be great for sure. Jimmy Ray said Brian was my favorite promoter that Natural Bridge ever had. Well, I mean, he was the most entertaining promoter that Natural Bridge, and that includes White. I want you to think about that, okay? What a high honor it is for Brian Rousey to be the most entertaining promoter in the history of Natural Bridge, because that includes Whitey.
Does somebody have those live?
Joe is the role model.
Does somebody have?
And they probably all got deleted by Facebook. Facebook goes back and deletes all the lives now, so we've probably lost all of those lives and all that good stuff from back in the day.
I remember scrolling by. I had no idea about Natural Bridge. They're like, this video has 200,000 views. I'm like, huh?
You know, Amanda Bradley has done a great job at Natural Bridge. Okay, but I believe that if it wasn't for Brian Rousey taking over the track for the one or two races, whatever it was that he had, that they would not be in the position that they're in. I mean, the guy literally put Natural Bridge back on the map just by well, mostly telling the truth. I mean, it's good stuff. He said, Brian Rousey said, that's the action. Racing is like hockey. That's why nobody watches NASCAR. People want action. I'm not going to argue with that. We got a lot of Crown Vic talk tonight.
Crown Vics are awesome, man.
Yeah.
They're finally coming up.
Jay, if you know somebody that's got them, I mean, they better get them out there for sale because people want to buy them right now. I had Brad Holt wants another one. He was talking to me last night about it. I mean, it's out there. After Logan Robert fight, he went to get a hot dog from Carter Mills hot dog stand. They cut Carter's tires because he ran out of ketchup. It took me a minute. Oh my god! Oh my god!
But Franklin County is the white trash.
Oh my god! Brian Rousey said, "I saved that track. That's facts. You are the man of truth." Oh, let me on the show. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, listen, the publicity that you gave to Natural Bridge, and I'm taking nothing away from the run since, but the publicity that you gave that you were there, most people don't know how valuable that was.
I was living at the Maggard household at the time, and it was a tradition. As soon as I saw one of them live streams pop up, I streamed it to the TV. We all just sat there and watched it together. And I have a feeling that there was thousands of other people that were also doing the same thing.
Oh, no doubt about it. Listen, I would cut the TV off and just start listening to them on my phone. I wouldn't want any distractions when I went to hear them. I mean, they were good, man. No doubt about it. And Brian, we're gonna get you on the show. 100%. We'll get you on the show. We got to do it on a week when I've not got a lot going on, so I know I'm going to be here, and I can get my computer working to where it'll actually work worth a crap like it hasn't tonight. Jimmy Ray said, "I hear there's a new Crown Vic class out, Super Vic." That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I hope. I hope that is. I know it's probably true, but I hope it ain't. That's how we ruin everything in racing.
I saw it. They said they got tracks in North Carolina, but they don't have any rules out. They don't have nothing out.
I don't know. I'm hoping that doesn't mean. I've seen that post, and I didn't take that as meaning, that there was going to be, any big, like they were going to let them do anything to the car. Like we went from, so back in the day, we had U cars and then super U cars, and now we got stock 4 and outlaw 4, and oh my god. Ricky Campbell said maybe we need Brian at FCS. Listen, Brian would both be good and bad for Franklin County. The Franklin County, you walk a fine line there, and I mean, I think everybody's figured this out. They want to eat you for everything, and they want to pretend like they love you for everything. That's a very difficult crowd of people to deal with. So, Chris, YouTube notification just let me know that we're live. Chris Cannon said Tony Black and someone else is working on it. Yeah, hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not a class of souped up fix. That is the last thing we need. Like we need them all on like universal rules and stock as can be. I don't care if they tune their computers. I mean, I'm not saying that for Ararat. So Justin Pruitt was just watching this and he's like, "Hey, I put my illegal computer in." No. Don't do that. Timmy didn't say that. I said that. Okay. Let's see. What Brian Rousey say now? I'm getting a race car this year. I'm going to bump you 2 times, move over, or I'm wrecking you. And I'd rather fight than have sex. So let's get it. All right, Brian. We'll roll with that one, buddy.
All he's missing is he needs to run for president.
At least mayor. Hey, can you run for mayor of Buena Vista?
Please.
I know a guy who was once. Listen, I know a guy who was once on a political management team, and I'm 100% thinking that you can get him to be on your staff.
100%.
Come on, Brian. We need that.
I have 2 days worth of campaign manager experience.
I don't think you made it 2 days. I think it was like one half
It was like
of
a day
or
and
something.
4 hours, and I was like, "Oop, gotta go."
I think you went to bed thinking that that you were going to be on a political team. Woke up thinking, boy, I got to get the hell off this train. So
Really, I just want to
yeah.
organize a debate. I just want to see
it. Travis Covey, who you think in 2026 season will start at Ararat early? End of March,
in 2026.
1st of April. So yeah, I I think it's the 3rd week of March, I think, or something like that. That Oak Level is going to open, and I think Ararat will be right behind it. So I think that's the case. Let's see. Lori Oliver said, if drivers want to fight, let them get on the front stretch. Hey, that's what we do every week at Ararat. We tell them, if you want to fight, let's organize it. Let's get it out here. Let's get you on the front straightaway. Let's let everybody watch you. And when you run out of steam, we'll pull you apart, and we'll go our separate ways. And if there's a knockout, Bubba Miller, he's going to give you $100 extra, and I mean,
Good deal.
That's the way to do it. John Campbell said, as long as Whitey owns FCS, the track will never change. Just saying. I don't really know what Whitey has to do with. I mean, Whitey has not been played since 2019. So, I mean, we can blame him for a lot of things. We can't blame him for anything in that period of time from then to now. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody likes to use and Whitey is Whitey, but everybody likes to use him as a crutch for every excuse for everything that happens. And that is, to me, that's false.
Don't you insult my dad.
Listen, me and Whitey have, we've went at it, verbally, luckily not physically, but, and I've had a lot of bad things to say about him over the years, and he's had some not so nice things to say about me. But at the end of the day, I can't blame him for anything that's happened in the last 6 years. I mean, I was in control of 5 of them, and Timmy was in control of 1. It's just me and him there. You know what I mean? At that point, that's all I'm saying. I like to give credit where credit's due, and I like to not give, the bad to somebody when it's not their fault. So. Oh, Brian Rousey said, they don't allow me. I was going to run for sheriff. My shirt said bike bitches and bingo. They told me resident there after I started the campaign. I need to campaign. I mean, the campaign is the fun part. Whether you win or not makes no difference. I mean, honestly, you probably don't really want to win. There's work and obligations that comes with that. So, you probably don't want to do that. The campaigning's the fun part, and that's what you'd be good at, Brian. So you might as well just campaign. Who gives a damn what they think? Just keep campaigning. They can tell people that you're not a resident and you're not eligible, but it don't matter. Sharon Kirby, I would love to win the lottery and buy FCS. That is my dream. And you and Kenny Lang have the same dream. So
me too.
I think he actively plays it to try. Brian Rousey said, no, I like the trash talk. Yeah. 100%.
That's the whole point of a campaign.
100%. Well, that's the one thing that people don't understand. And, Brian says it brings business. People talk a lot of crap about people who stir up a lot of crap. But at the end of the day, that is what brings people there. I mean, let's go back to Whitey. I mean, back in the day, that's what drew people to these racetracks. The crazy, outlandish things that he did and said.
Joke LeBron.
That's Joke LeBron. I mean, that is what, that's what, crowds are made of. I mean, it really is. Brian Rousey just, I want in on the show. I told you 4 times. Brian, I've told you 3 times already. Let's make it 4. I'm going to get you on the show. Okay? I mean, I'm going to get you on the show, just not tonight. Okay. I got to be ready for you because, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting episode when we get you on for sure, and the comments are gonna be lit up. So
I'm gonna dress
I
like
wasn't very prepared for tonight.
I'm gonna dress
You're
like
gonna dress like what?
The other guy.
Say that again. Y'all don't know it,
Jeff Lowe, the old man. I'm gonna dress like him.
Yeah. I got you. John Hale said, "Ain't enough money in the lottery to win to buy it." I doubt it. I mean, listen, one thing you can't say about Whitey is that he ain't all about making money and having money. I'm pretty sure that there is a number out there that could buy it. But I don't know. Whoops. But where would the track be? You all have to be good. Look, I can't say no more. I like it. I don't know. I'm not sure what Dale's referring to there, but Dale started. Listen, Dale starts drinking about okay, and he gets me on Messenger sometimes, and I understand most of it. Okay, and I love Dale, but there are some times when he sends me a message, and I go, "What the hell did he just say?" I have no idea. And Brian, I'm glad you heard that 4 times already. We're getting you on the show, okay? That's the 5th time. So, just saying. Did I miss anything? I talked about Natural Bridge. Justin Williams ended up winning that race. That Logan Robertson got wrecked in and acted a fool. Found out more details about thanks to Brian Rousey. And Logan Robertson. Oh. Yeah, Logan Robertson come back and won the 602 crate race, which I'm not really sure if he was doing all that. I'm not sure how they allowed him to run that race later on, but I guess they did make him start in the rear. Probably made for a better race. And he beat White Coffee, so he had to be up on the wheel there. So, all right, what else? Did I miss anything? Ararat back in action this weekend. No late models, no modifieds this weekend. Charlotte is next week. Didn't want to try to run no 3 or 4 car fields in those 2 classes. We had 4 cars in modifieds last time. That was bad enough. Super disappointed in that. But Brian Rousey said that Justin was the only one that had inflated tires at the end of the race. Jesus. All right, we'll grab Sharon Kirby's comment here. How do you feel about Dominion making limited their tier 1 and having runner up in the national championship? I hate that they missed out on the national championship, and I wish that every track would go to some sort of limited charger version of their tier 1. So that's my opinion. It's been long overdue. Late model stock car racing has been a unaffordable, unattainable division for too long, and I think we're about to find out in the next year or so how many of the guys who have raced for a long time that we're about to lose. The Mike Looney's of the world and Deke McCaskill's. I think we're going to lose them out of that. And I think you might see Olney hit the dirt. I think he could end up at either Ararat or Oak Level. Just a guess. So
love to see it.
Yeah. We're going to get you come out more to the dirt tracks since Oak Level will be a little closer to you. I know Ararat, is too far for you to, drink Pepsis and drive. So.
Oh, I'm liable to end up at Oak Level all the time.
Yeah.
It's only a few.
Well, I think we got about 20 races scheduled there, so should be interesting.
It's gonna be awesome.
I think we got some big announcements coming up for Oak Level and Ararat. A lot of good stuff going on. Who knows if we end up talking to Mike Fulp? Who knows what'll what'll happen there. Listen, I gotta put this one on here. I don't know what's wrong with my screen. Man, come on. There we go. I don't know what's going on. Lauren Yoder said, first time I've been able to read Brian's opinions in a while. Brian Rousey, free my man Lauren Yoder. He likes your entertainment. He wants to be able to read what you say. He talks a lot of. He's just like you. He talks a lot of shit. So
I just had the idea of the century.
oh God,
we need to get Brian Rousey to run for mayor of Boone's Mill, and we're going to get him and Whitey to do a debate.
it would be valuable. I mean, we could pay-per-view it.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm
we could
selling
pay-per-view
tickets.
it right. I mean, no doubt about it.
And we're going to call up CNN, and they're going to be, look at this redneck town. This is a mayoral debate.
It would be amazing. I mean, it really would. It'd be good stuff. Jimmy Ray chimed in there. He said that Mike, talking about Mike Looney, has the car to convert to Super Street. Yeah, he absolutely does. And I think you're about to see quite a few guys convert over to Oak Level for the Super Street division. The affordability of it, and I think the competitiveness of that is going to be so good. And I think eventually we'll take on Super Streets at Ararat too. For now, that's just an Oak Level class, but I think down the road, maybe sometime next year, we'll have a Super Street race, maybe a big Super Street race at Ararat. I mean, I want to do one right now on Thanksgiving. I'd like to round up Kyle Barnes and Jimmy Mullins and some of these other guys and like the guys who race it with in Super Street. I'd like to round them guys up and have us one, right there at Ararat Thanksgiving weekend. But I need to reach out to everybody and see if they're capable of doing that, because I think that'd be a really, really good race. And I think our Dirty Turkey Derby is going to be a good one. I'm hoping to lay out all the stuff for that race, all the purses and stuff for that race, a few days. Hoping to have steel blocks on the schedule. We haven't been able to have them yet this year at Ararat. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. What I know, you're a stock 4 guy, you're a front wheel drive guy, but of the divisions you've seen, for Oak Level, what are you excited about?
Yeah, Super Street is the only thing I've never seen in person that honestly just seems kind of badass to me. It's like,
yeah,
asphalt late model. You just think of a throw them on dirt, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean that's pretty cool to me.
And you don't allow any of the things in that makes them, dirt cars. You know what I mean? Makes them perform like dirt cars. So you're literally just taking an asphalt car and putting it over on dirt. Which, I mean, obviously, Jimmy Mullins will be, one of the guys to beat, and that's Jimmy Ray's question here. He said, "Any news on Jimmy Mullins coming over to dirt since he is at Oak Level a lot?" I would say there is a 1,000% chance that Jimmy Mullins is in a Super Street at Oak Level. Sorry, probably at Ararat too, but at Oak Level in 2026, I'd say there's 1,000% chance of that. So, yeah, and I think there's going to be some other guys. I think there's going to be some other names that you wouldn't expect to see running that division there. And you never know what happens at Franklin County. Maybe old Bubba Miller will bring his dirt in and ruin Lauren's life and throw some dirt on the old speedway and have us some good dirt racing there. You never know.
I'll blow that place up.
Oh my God! Listen, I mean, you've blown it up there a few times before, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. So
no, I'd really do it this time.
I mean, the Porta John has never been the same.
I ain't ever used it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Chris Cannon said a good Super Street race on dirt is always awesome, which maybe that'll come up on. And Lauren Yoder said that Super Street is the main reason that he's interested in coming to Oak Level. I can't get him to Ararat though. I mean, from my house, which he lives right down the street from me, it is like 52 minutes to go to Ararat and like 50 minutes to Oak Level. And well, I guess those 2 minutes count a lot because he just won't come to Ararat. So
2 minutes.
Jimmy Ray said that Noah said there is plenty of red clay. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, 2 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever. Yeah, makes a big difference. All right, anything else? Ararat this weekend, Charlotte next week for dirt. What else we got?
Yeah, I don't know. Got the race on the first. I ain't counting that one.
Yeah. Comments to work here. Miller Brothers Racing said Langley Austin is hell on a porta potter. Yeah, well,
That says porta
that's
shit.
all you got. That's all you got. Yeah, I didn't read that part. Robbie Young said, from the way it sounds, a lot of Super Street guys are going to have Crown Vics there as well. Yeah, it sounds that way for sure. Lauren Yoder said, I tried to come one night and you canceled when you heard I was on the way. Yeah, that's what happened, Lauren. That's exactly what happened. All right, let's get out of here. Over an hour. We've been on here long enough. We've talked longer than Bubba Miller. So, all right, episode 83 of the Pit Chatter podcast in the books. We're getting out of here. We'll see you.